administration.
Okay.
How many of those were people in the terrorist watch
Hi,
list?
leader Thune.
It's a crisis, and
It's
they
July
finally
7th,
figured it out.
2025.
I mean,
Well, we actually took our show
6:48
to
p.m.
Neckley, Columbia, which is a staging ground to head for the Darien Gap to come out to the United States. And we met people from all over the world. And there were just crowds and crowds and crowds of people. And you felt the chaos.
How do you do yourself?
You had a real sense of the uncertainty about who's coming into this country. But what I don't understand is that what was the justification?
Oh crap! You guys
negotiations why the Biden administration had sort of been at least.
Oh my God! This is so far back. March 7th, 2024. Jesus Christ!
The border all these years.
I bet it went back too much farther that
I mean, I
time.
think, if you talk to
I just realized why are you talking in the water?
what is in your head on this? Why?
Yeah.
How?
Andrew's on July 7th, 2025, and sorry I waited so long to talk to you because
And part of it is, I think, a lot of Democrats
it's
believe
because
that, we're a great country. We ought to be a welcoming country. We ought to take care of people. The problem is, it's not just people who are coming here for a better life. It's become criminals.
Yeah.
It's become gang members. It's become people like I said.
rape trees. They're rape trees. They're rape trees. They hang
threat.
panties on their
If
feet.
people think
All the
you
women they
enforce the
raped,
border,
and it's
essentially,
fucking
it's
goddamn.
basically an open
Anyway.
border. And, people are
So the good
coming
news is you
across,
totally passed the big beautiful bill,
at will.
and Big Beautiful Bill has
I'm
a
saying the
border.
effects of that, not just
The
states,
border wall is
but
fully
across the
funded,
country. And I think what finally
and
got the Biden administration's attention is what
ICE is now the
So,
largest.
New York,
Let me double
Chicago,
check if that's
you know,
true. I mean,
you
how
have all
much?
these people they're trying to process, and they're having
Yeah,
to
yeah.
take services away from people.
And
Citizens
that's
in
the
those
good
states.
news. I
New
mean,
York,
and
so they're gonna
then
shut down libraries. We're going to reduce police force.
actually is ICE. I mean, sometimes Grok does malfunctions. You know,
Cutting back on education in schools.
and Elon Musk is
That has a
AI.
real impact,
Is
not
ICE
just
the
in Texas and
largest
Arizona and
funded
border states, but all
law
across the country,
enforcement
including in some of our more popular
agency
areas where
in
you're
America
just seeing
now?
the adverse impacts of an open border.
After
I
the
don't think
big
American people are not
beautiful
welcoming those who
bill.
want a secure border. I think Americans welcome immigrants to
It's not really the
they
problem. I mean,
question those who want a more secure
well, I mean,
border.
honestly,
Some just don't
it's not.
understand.
It's not as
We
bad.
wanna welcome people, we want to know who they are, though, which is not.
I mean, 100 people is not as bad as
And I
Biden.
come
You
from,
know.
I'm one generation removed.
Because literally on 4th of July, the morning of the 4th of July, there was a gigantic flood in Texas, and
we are fundamentally a nation.
it's about 100 people have died
And
from flood in
people have
Texas
followed
and
along.
on
And
4th
I'm
of
all
July.
for, yeah, we're a
In the morning of
nation
4th of July,
made
and
up of people who came from
we won't.
places
People only
around
won't
the
find
world.
out
We're a
until
nation. But we're a nation.
Yeah.
Yes, we want to know who's here.
until the
And we
5th,
want
how bad
to
it is.
follow
You
our
know.
laws
So
to get here.
give or
And
take.
there are
and
ways
so
you can get into this country legally. What the Biden
it's
administration
all- I'm
has
sorry, and I'm
countenance
sad.
is just a
Because
massive
a lot more people died in the
influx
Biden
of
than
people
that's
illegally
of a hurricane.
and
You
somehow
know.
felt that it was okay to bless that. And that to
Yeah.
me is it's just a complete
I
abdication.
think why don't I even remember his name? Is it Milton? Milton's the one that went across. So what's the other one called?
Are now feeling very much burdened with the citizens. The sanctuary cities. What's the sanctuary cities?
It's Helene. The name Helene.
Anything about that, or is
Hurricane Helene's,
are the cities allowed to do that?
Hurricane Helene's
No, I think
fatalities
we
is
should do that. And I think that that's something that Congress
251 for Hurricane Helene, and it's formed
And,
September
um,
24th of
and
this
we get
year,
majority
and then
in the Senate, and
dissipated
hopefully get
September
Republican
29th of this year, and
president
then
some of the things that I think
President
will
Biden completely
change.
screws up. I mean,
But you do have
They don't
a very
even-
permissive policy with some of those cities around
yeah, the
this
path
country,
is
where
Andrew's is
people
partially
come in and
responsible
they're,
for the.
you know, and I'm like, if you're going to come across
It's
the
not my
border
fault.
legally, and I have great sympathy for the governor of Texas.
It's
who sometimes
rain.
sends
North
some of the,
Carolina
people who are coming
suffers
here
the
illegally
most
to these
because
sanctuary cities just to give
North
them
Carolina's high country,
taste
the
experience
Appalachian
of what
Mountains, they
people
get
in the border states are
they get
experiencing.
a massive
And so,
rain
yeah,
in
the
September of
sanctuary
this
city
year.
issue is, to me,
But
again,
Texas
pretty-
gets it
and,
25.
I think
I'm in the year after President Trump won.
If you look at what the
So
mayors
July
of Chicago,
4th is
mayors of New York, and places like that are saying, they get it now.
Well, you don't have to be a great visionary to know that something's going to break.
Right.
I mean, when you go into
Anyway,
airport,
no,
something
no,
is
no,
happening
it's-
in
I mean,
airports because
I-
there's no
I-
place to go in there from other countries, and you go into some of our poorer neighborhoods where we're not taking care of people
Well,
in the United States,
oh,
where we're
yeah.
citizens. I mean, at some point,
There's a lot of rape
you know,
in
things are going to break, and it's not. You don't have to be a great visionary to realize that we're in big trouble, and ultimately these cities
Not
are
anymore.
going to come to you for money.
Yeah.
The-
And they do.
No,
And-
not anymore. Trust me.
Around here, Chuck Schumer, for
All you
example,
have to do is get President Trump elected. Not anymore. That border is actually.
sanctuary cities. And
The problem is, I mean, the border. You know what
the way you
the
stop the migrant crisis,
you know what the border
the
like
issue that they're
is.
dealing with,
I mean, hold on. Let me see if I can find.
Who's coming into the country?
You know, you're gonna believe me. Just doing.
Control. You know, Ronald Reagan used to say, kind of paraphrasing here, but a country that can't control its borders
Yeah, I
control
mean,
its destiny. And that's what it feels like in America today.
That's 6 years ago. I mean, there's
It
nothing.
feels like we're sort of a nation in crisis because we have so many people coming into this country who we have no idea who they are. In many cases, what their intentions are for being here. And like I said, some people come here for the obvious reasons. They want to get a better life for their families. But there are a
6
lot
years
of
ago.
malign characters with malign intentions who are coming across the border now.
Still ahead, Senator Thune makes his pitch to become the next Senate Republican leader. Plus, who does Senator Thune think former President Trump should select as a running mate? That when the record continues.
Oh yeah.
Here's more of my interview with Senate Minority
Current
Leader
status
Texas
of
Senator
the
John
border.
Cornyn and Wyoming Senator John Barrasso are in the race to become the next Republican leader in the U.S. Senate. Current Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell will step away from his post in November.
Yeah, that's such a.
And you have to be the leader of the Republican Party.
You have to because you are.
Former Speaker of the House.
I mean, it's yeah.
And of course, the House is a lot bigger. He says like herding cats, right? Trying to actually said it's like
they're not. I mean, I'm trying to find a video. One second, let me find the video.
Frogs and trying to keep them in the barrel. Why do you want to be leader?
Oh shit.
Well, I honestly,
because you know I give you a choice. I mean, you are the leader, and you don't have a choice. I mean, hopefully, this is what happens with Alexis, and I just tell her you don't have a choice. Yeah. Anyway, let me try to find a newsroom because I consume most of the interview you have in the future, so I can't really. I mean, you gotta make more interviews. Basically, I've used it all. Even more than you already have, so basically.
In the end, that's what it's all about. I think people who enter public.
Wait, what is this? This is Newsmax. Okay. Newsmax, U.S. border.
All right, the president's border czar Tom Homan joins us tonight.
Hi, Tom. Newsmax. I haven't seen this. It's
one more time, so
it's July 7th, 2025. We have a little tiny flood problem.
When you came to New York back in March, it was kind of the stunt that put this man on the map. And last night he promised to stop ICE agents from detaining.
Anyway, do you want to tell Leader Thune in about March March? So this is oh shit! This is Madani, the guy who wins the Democratic primary in the New York. Sorry, but Tom Homan is the border czar. And he can tell. Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
So he's gonna
Tom, I don't know if Leader Thune really believes me about how shut down the border. You know. So do you want to tell him? Because it's hard to describe the future to him, right? You know, this is Leader Thune in March 7th, talking to Greta with the Southern.
Because they're sanctuary city. We know for a fact they're releasing public safety threats and national security threats back to the streets every day because they won't work with us.
No.
So where do we know there's a problem? We know there's a problem in New York. So
this is Tom Homan. I mean, hopefully he gets to tell you.
More officers
yeah, what the difference between electing President Trump is because it's hard to describe the future. I mean, I'll totally forget. I mean, I need to learn because I talked to him so.
He's not going to stop us.
One second.
Federal law trumps him.
Can you leave me off? Use Max Anchor.
Every time.
There you go. You were one of the first people I followed on Twitter. Rob Schmitz. There we go.
Fine.
It's been a while.
We'll detain him someplace else. If he
Yeah,
wants
really
to
problem
remove
with
these people away from their families and attorneys,
Since the junior
so
high.
be it. You know,
Rob Schmitz.
what he needs to understand.
I remember
is
Stephen.
they're enforcing
Forrest
the laws
Forrest yesterday.
enacted by Congress. As a legislator, he should
Sam
understand.
McBride.
And we're all
I've been
looking
trying to
at
remember
cases that a federal judge has ordered removed and wants ICE to execute their order.
Oh, do you know the
We're not
ruling?
making this up. We're doing exactly
No, you
what
don't know
Congress
yet.
wants us to do, what we are
The Supreme Court is actually going to rule national injunctions
is directing us to do.
unconstitutional. I mean, if the president doesn't tell you yet, Tom, but now you all know. Rob is. National injunctions are now unconstitutional. The Supreme Court is going to
And
Yeah.
as worried as they are about
So you haven't know. Okay, I mean, Tom might know, because the president would
year.
remember.
I want to talk
Rob
about Iran
Biden.
for a second. Immediately after the strikes on the nuclear sites, ICE nabbed at least at least 17, I should say, Iranian nationals here in the United States. We have images here of 11 of them.
I'm basically trying to tell you, you're gonna pass the big reveal, but
connections to Hezbollah,
this the issue you're talking about.
Terror group, funded terror group, and the Iranian Revolutionary.
Let me tell you who the VP's gonna be. It's the Ohio. It's Ohio. JD Vance. It's JD Vance, Mr. President. You already know. I mean, it's JD Vance. You already know. But I think other people. I mean, other people are trying to. I just told the president who is VP, and he just said right. He already knew who. It's absolutely JD Vance. It's Vice President JD Vance. Ohio Senator, if I remember right. JD Vance from Ohio. I'm pretty sure Ohio. I mean, he was only senator for. It's JD Vance.
Vice President Kamala Harris. She was Senator Harris. Your thoughts on her, whether she could fill the shoes?
She is. She's the main candidate. Did you know that?
She wasn't here for very long, and don't know.
Did you know? In July, they're gonna switch over to Kamala Harris. So President Trump actually defeats 2 women. So women are gonna have problems with President Trump. So we need to help him pass some legislation that protects women. Otherwise, President Trump's gonna be screwed. So
when they're thinking about Biden versus Trump,
I mean.
One last question. What do you expect tonight? The State of the Union.
Well,
I haven't seen the State of the Union, so I'm just gonna talk to you. So you will remember what I told you. One more thing that I wanted to tell you, dear Thune. President Biden is going to get terminal prostate cancer, and he has dementia. President Biden has dementia. I mean, trust me. I have another video open, so I will tell you. I mean, Biden dementia. I mean, you don't have to trust me. He actually has dementia, and new book details how Biden's mental decline was kept a secret. NPR. I mean, I never realized this is an issue. Somebody wrote a book about how he had that dementia. NPR.
And what you've seen is.
27 minutes.
Thanks for joining us. Obviously, we all saw.
Because you have a.
There's been a lot of speculation about President Biden and his leadership since then.
It was June 25th.
Project. I'm curious, each of you, what was the one moment as you were reporting where you realized
I think there's another.
there's a story here, and it's much more complex.
I won't let you hear the whole thing. I mean,
what we all saw play out.
So, let me find the other one. Okay. Where's my freaking glasses? There you are. Okay, let's see. There we go. I think it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Watch later, search Thune. Search. Should be a Thune. Could be a Thune right there. Thune rap. I might have disappeared. If you had Derek and Pash Patel, and then it's cute. Yeah, it's kind of cute. I totally thought this one should be filled already. Monique, not Dang, that's actually kind of hard. Yeah, this is actually kind of interesting to watch on TV. This one I did not like. Did not remember. Okay, so it's not there. Interesting. There's a John Thune Energy Forum. John Thune. Like almost an hour, and it's like. Wait. Well, this can't possibly be. Yeah, this is the one. Rotary president, I think.
Welcome, fellow Rotarians and guests, to this important and exciting Rotary meeting. Let's begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, I used to have the Rotary. Have I seen this? Have I seen this? I haven't seen this. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen this, right? I haven't seen this. It's July 7th, 2025. I'm way in the future because I'm watching Greatest Seltzers and I'm running out of. Okay, I need to tell. 1 second. Let me go finish the Greatest Seltzers. This one I'll watch later. Crap. Well, what happened to the other one? I haven't done finished watching. Crap.
In terms of
Leader through, I found the Rotary Club. You had Sioux Falls about 4 years ago. So I'll let you know. I mean, well, that's the thing.
President Trump has
You'll never be able to
unite people around the country. And
I mean,
I think he's taking advantage of it. If you look at these
Yeah.
rallies and
Yeah.
you look at what's happening.
I mean, he shut down the border completely. So,
Decisively, he's been winning in Republican primaries.
so
There's something
it's July
about
7th,
the
2025, 7:10 p.m.
And I think there's
I'm gonna talk to you in your past about Biden's dimension. I won't let you hear the people talking about the book. So I mean, that is a.
Senator, nice to talk to you as always. Thank you, sir.
I mean, it's a long story.
And Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, said that this,
what
this
is
was
it?
purposefully
Oh.
inflammatory and will only escalate tensions, that they're not needed. They have the situation under control. Do you have any problem or any concerns about the president?
Speaker Johnson, it
sending in the
is
National
July
Guard
7th,
to
2025, and I'm not
place
exactly
say
sure if I briefed
that they're
you
not needed
about
under
the
control?
Texas flood.
I'm not
So,
concerned about that at all. I think the president
So,
did exactly what he
on the morning of July 4th, there's
said
going to be
the
some
law
floods
was
in
we have
Texas.
to
I agree
maintain
with
the rule of
all
law.
the both senators in Texas. I briefed the president. I briefed Kristi Noem, and I briefed Chip Roy. So I will.
The president stepped in. That's real
but,
leadership. He has the authority.
Oh, that's the thing, right? I mean, you're in Louisiana, so I got something to tell you. Something you have to listen to me. So I mean, so you know how you're really Christian, Steve Johnson. You have daughters and they're not Christian, right? So no sending your daughters to Christian camp in Texas this summer. I mean, skip this summer. I mean, or I mean. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, all your daughters are fine. So you theoretically you could, but I would spare them the traumatic experience. So no Christian camp, summer camp in Texas. I mean, in this summer. So yeah, seriously. I mean, before I need to go talk to the leader. No Christian camp for your daughters this summer in Texas. So they'll be disappointed, but
interaction discussion.
or you could do it before July. Like if there's a session, if there's a Christian opening, what are you? It's already June 8th. I mean, you would have to.
Elon's number one responsibility
Because as long as it's before July 4th, you can actually send them.
That's what this bill does. And
You
we're
can send them
really
by.
excited and
Well,
proud
pick them up
to
early, right? Pick them up before 4th of July. So
That's
that's what Senator Ted Cruz did with her stuff. Another guy, he picked up his daughters a week before it happened. So
one of his chief concerns is about spending.
I'm gonna talk to Leader Thune about stuff. By the way, the Senate's gonna pass it on the 1st of July, just before noon, I think? And then I'm trying to remember the exact time to that. But no. Just before noon is the final bill passage. So I forget when the Senate. Just before noon is the
and he's going on X and he.
I'm asking. Asking Gronk on the exact time because I know the dates. I did not bother to remember the exact time. So
he's actually asked people to call their Congress members.
and I'll give you the exact time. It's gonna pass.
Yeah, and I don't.
Generally, in July 1st, and then July. So
Any Republican member of Congress, and I think that indicates that people.
yeah, they said it passed it on the 1st and then House on the 3rd,
may
but
be convinced by some of his arguments, but the rest understand.
the
This is
text
a
will
very
have the
exciting
actual
piece of legislation. I'm gonna
action.
say
Yeah.
this, look, I didn't go out to craft a piece of legislation.
Actions. Jesus,
to
that's a
please
lot
the
of
richest
action.
man in the world. What
Yeah,
we're trying to
final
do is
action. There we
help
go.
Hardworking Americans who are trying to provide for their families and make ends meet. Those
So it's
are the people that are going to be excited about what.
2:31 p.m. House motion to reconcile on the table. Agree without objection.
All wages are going to rise.
No. 2:31 p.m. Yeah.
Economic opportunity for more people.
2:31 p.m. House exactly. So that's right before noon for me.
The
So
president suggested he
for
could cut
Pacific Standard
costs, contracts. Obviously, most companies
Yeah.
rely heavily on government contracts.
so I know the exact time because there's actions on the House resolution and the Senate would have said.
I'm not going to get into the strategy of what happens with all of that. I mean, what I'm trying to do is make sure that
The Court of
all
Vote
this gets
number,
resolved.
so-
That we get the one big beautiful bill done, and then hopefully these two titans can reconcile. I think the president.
Yeah, that is right. I didn't remember correctly.
He said,
11:56 a.m. July 1st, 2025. Just before noon. Just before 4 minutes ago noon. The Senate passes on the 1st. So I remember correctly. My memory's not bad. My memory's not bad. I did remember correctly. Just before noon, 11:56 a.m. on Eastern time. 11:56 p.m. on July 1st. The Senate's gonna pass it, and you and 2:31 p.m. your time Eastern time. House. It's gonna final passage on the 3rd. After an 8-hour and 44-minute and 25-second filibuster at
I think all this would resolve
by Hakeem. Anyway, so you gotta so the exact time then. You have the exact time. So I'm gonna pause it. One second. That's pretty funny though. I just gave Senator Leader Thune. I just gave Speaker Johnson the exact time of the passage of the big beautiful bill under President Trump. It's gonna be 11:56 a.m. on the first day of July in the year 2025. The Senate will pass it, and the House will make final passage at 2:30. Oh God, 2:31. Yeah, 2:31. 2:31 and 2:31 and 2:36. 2:31. Yeah, pretty sure it's 2:31. I think. It was just 5 minutes. I should be able to remember 5 minutes ago. So. Because I just googled 5 minutes ago. Trying to remember numbers for that. I don't really. No, 2:31 because I just got it. So 2:31 p.m. Eastern time, and they'll pass it. But anyway, there's something I need to tell you about the future that.
And the White House, the people around them.
This is all things considered NPR with Jake Tapper from CNN. Just listen to the future about.
They were upset
about
over
President
what was
Biden's
happening and didn't
mental.
think he should be running for re-election.
And when you say non-functioning, what's the best way to define that?
I would
Jake
describe
Tapper,
it
all things
as,
considered. So
unable
I'm
to
just gonna
come up
listen
with
to the
names
future.
of top advisors or close friends. I
I
would
need to go
say.
poop actually.
Look, we're all human. We all forget names. We all.
Andrew forget
lose our
names.
train of thought. We're not talking about that. And also we all witness that in people who are aging. I mean, again,
Andrew
I'm
had
not
trouble
talking about
remembering because I just
We're
forgot.
talking about
What's his
to
name?
the point
I
of
forgot.
you are not able to have a conversation. You
Was
are
it
not
Craig?
able to come up with data,
Shit.
information, knowledge, names that you should have
Newsmax.
at the ready. When he didn't recognize George Clooney,
Anchor.
that is somebody who is
Craig.
not only somebody he's known
Rob
for more than
Street,
15 years,
Rob
not
Street.
only somebody
I just
that he
literally
had
had
serious
to go with him.
conversations about
Seriously
Darfur
bad
with,
with him.
not only
Rob
somebody
Street.
that had raised millions of dollars for him and was co-hosting that very fundraiser, he's also one of the most recognizable people in the world.
George Clooney. I'm
So,
pretty sure.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about what we
I
saw
forgot.
at the
There's
debate.
a Washington's
Like
name, though.
non-functioning Biden. I cannot articulate
For a little bit, and one time
sentence
during
You
I
were
forgot
talking about the
Denzel
framing
Washington
cover-up, though,
was-
because
Andrew forgot
it's
that.
odd, though. On one hand, he's the president of the United States. He's making a couple appearances of some days he didn't make that many appearances, but he's
it's not it's a separate issue, but I forgot Denzel Washington's name.
And yet, as you reported, there is a concerted effort to wall him off. What
remember the
specifically
Titans
was
and
that circle
Denzel
of age
Washington?
Crimson
Tide.
left the White House.
Hunt for the White House was the other guy,
Said
the other submarine.
they intentionally shielded him from other.
And I know why. I might forget
cabinet,
Denzel Washington's name because
senior White House officials.
If the reason
became smaller and smaller, and this White House official said,
I'm gonna pause for a second. Neither thing. If the reason why Andrew watched the movie in the past, remember the Titan, is because I watched another movie, 6888, in the future. If I don't watch that movie in the future, I don't watch that movie in the past, and I definitely don't remember Denzel Washington. And it's like, holy fuck. And basically, if I don't do something in the future, my past changes and I forget. Anyway, that will be happening. Oh, you should literally talking about the same thing as
Border Patrol, 50% of the manpower that could be policing the border, protecting us from those types of influences, are spending their time taking care of unaccompanied children.
Yeah. Well, that's not a problem in the future. I mean, once President Trump gets elected, what are you? Where are you? When exactly are you? 21st. Yeah, because President Biden's president now, so. March 29th. I am learning transcendental meditation at the other thing I need to know. In March 2029.
You hear a lot of discussion around the border wall.
Oh man. Well, here's the thing. I mean, before the, I'm gonna get distracted. That's the thing. I don't know. I mean, I trust you, the other thing, to protect my memory. So, need somebody to in the past. I think. Anyway, I mean, sometimes we have to. Tony Nader, Doctor Tony Nader. Can we actually trust? 5 years ago. That's the problem. Do you have a? Yeah, this is PH. This is your official. So I mean, that is the problem. So.
We can't process them fast enough for them being released. So you got a lot of
yeah.
kids being released from the communities.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, this is gonna be risky as fuck. Dr. Tony Nader, can I actually trust you?
Transcendental meditation using your ocean metaphor.
This is a neither Thune. Can I actually trust you, Dr. Nader? I don't know. That's the problem. I mean,
it's really consciousness, which means awareness. We are aware of things. We see things.
Our
sometimes
soul,
we are
basically.
drowsy.
Our soul.
Sometimes we are very alert. Sometimes we sleep. We are not aware of things.
Hi, Lisa. This is Dr. Tony Nader, and this is I just got distracted, but I need to poop. Let me go poop. Let me go poop so I don't feel like I need to poop. For a second. I'll be right back. Okay.
Our understanding
Hold
is
on.
this
Hold on. Forbes. Hold on. Live. Hold on. Okay, Leader Thune, I am about to do something really, really dangerous, so I need some help from
top of the 1.9 trillion that was just recently passed
from
public relief. What can you tell us about this? Has the Republican Party been involved? And what can we
Anyway,
expect
so
in South Dakotans in
one
terms of
second.
infrastructure,
Yeah, hold on.
spending or investment?
Mr. President, it is July 7th, so July 7th to 7:31 p.m. So 7:31 p.m. July 7th, Monday. I was gonna save this. But I'm about to do something really extremely dangerous. Doctor Tony Nader has a. I'm sorry. Yes. Dr. Tony Nader. Crap. There we go. There. Streaming camera. BB needs to know because here we go. Dr. Tony Nader has a YouTube channel. Can I actually trust them, right? That's the thing. I'm talking to them. If I don't have a moment in the future that's Anchor's time, he could actually. Anyway, you can change the timeline, right? Because that's somebody totally changed the timeline. And my best guess, it's the Transcendental Meditation people in the Los Angeles branch of the and the Northern California Transcendental Meditation. And hey, Governor, because they're Democrats, Dr. Tony Nader, and they found out Alexis has my past, and then. So how much do you know, right? So you know I'm in the future. I'm July 7th, 2025. What do you believe, right? What did the Maharishi know? And you're Lebanese, right? And this is the leader of Israel. I mean, let's listen to the president and Bibi, right? Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, Andrew is acting like war almost, because I just destroyed all of Israel's enemies. And Dr. Tony Nader is Lebanese. And the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi picked a Lebanese neuroscientist to be the leader of the Transcendental Leadership Movement. And it's entirely, I don't know, right? And Nadia, Allie Michelle's friend, is also Lebanese. It's entirely possible that somebody tried to stop me from helping Bibi annihilate all of Israel's enemies, basically. So, and they found out Alexis the reason I know how to do this in the first place. So I don't know, because I cannot read people's mind, but that is what I would guess. Think about it real hard, right? So I need to know if I can trust you, Doctor. I'll change your mind because Lebanon is almost free from Hezbollah, almost, right? Almost.
Of the victims of the Texas flood, and can you talk about what you would like to do when you travel there on Friday?
Well, we're going to just make it as comfortable as possible
for the people.
The state of Texas. They have a great governor.
Leader Thune's listening.
Representatives, and we're going to work together.
Because Leader Thune was on March 29, 2021. I learned Transcendental Meditation in March 18, 2021. So I'm right about to relearn that I have superpowers. I never find out that I was supposed to have superpowers since 2012 until the moment I fall in love with Alexis or realized I was supposed to marry her. The very moment after her birthday in November 25th, 26th, the moment I watched that podcast, the Friday after that, because her birthday was around Thursday. 23rd, right? And right after the moment I realized I was supposed to love Alexis, I started getting memories back from 2012. And I know why. I mean, because that past where I find out is dependent on me loving Alexis in the future. And people found out. People absolutely found out that if I don't fall in love with Alexis, I never formed that past that gives me that 2012, so, or at least part of it. And I've explained this multiple times already because that time period between when the pandemic actually happened, when I was not supposed to have a pandemic, I was supposed to be in.
Final offers, or are they negotiable? So South Korea, Japan should take it or leave it?
We're subject to negotiate something that's fair, but we've talked to most of the countries and pretty much they've had their way for many, many decades, as you know.
I will let you negotiate. Making deals is your part of the department, I suppose.
Not really equitable from our standpoint because it's just a small token by comparison to the damage that's been done over the years. We had no other president that was willing to do this. I did it in my first term with China and others. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars of tariffs. No inflation, the most successful period of time that we've ever had financially in the country.
Okay, the video and the audio sync now, so
much better, even much better.
Yeah, so looking at
it was the best ever, and this is going to be, I think, substantially better. And we're on the way to doing that. We've already taken in over $100 billion worth of tariffs, and we haven't even started.
Well, say goodbye to
what I say to the other countries is, some of them wanted to make a deal and wanted to be fair. Others perhaps got a little bit spoiled. They were a little bit spoiled.
Well,
for 30, 40 years, 50
well, this should be okay, right? I mean, assuming he's talking about tariffs, I think
I would say
I'll pause the video because I need a moment in the future anchored so that Doctor Nader doesn't change anything between 2 months ago, because this video is from.
Is the August 1 deadline firm now? Is that it? Because you're moving on.
Because he's this podcast is April 21st, 2025. Right after the Pope died, so
essentially that's the way it is right now.
So he's quite far in the past, so. Oops. And whoopsie.
Creates a situation where.
So anyway, after that question. Anyway.
Action and behavior, what is good, what is bad.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me see if I can.
A value that is beyond the normal, natural state of being, which is called divine or God or saints or.
This is Doctor Tony Nader talking, by the way, leader too. So.
That field of being and that field
yeah, that's the thing. I mean.
Of supernatural, if you like, aspect of life. That is
yeah, it's absolutely fascinating. I mean.
Holistic in a sense than anything, and that's what we call divine. And so religion is to take you to that divine and gives you guidelines of how to live, what to do, what's good, what's bad.
Let me see if there's a White House one. So.
Transcendental meditation is not.
PBS New Hour. So let me see if I can find the right moment.
And this stopped a lot of fighting. When that happened,
there we
it was
go.
a whole different ballgame.
Okay. PBS News has better video. Anyway, I gotta find somebody else to anchor time and then make sure nothing changes. So let me see if I can find John Ratcliffe. So. Well, I'll let you because you can anchor. You can keep this timeline stable either too. So there's also. There's somebody this woman named Aruna Shields is my psychologist for two she was my psychologist for two go to the YouTube channel and I have to go to guided meditations by oh that's actually kind of cool videos oh these are organized into videos.
But more importantly, it's an important link.
Yeah, because this is the first one.
Transportation to get energy to places in the market where it's needed. And you've got to have that. And the most efficient way to move oil is through a pipeline. It is safer by far. It is more efficient.
Yeah, because what are Danny Goodman's political views? You know, when people was like, 11 months ago, this is perfect. So I need to talk to 1 year ago. Just start over. Ugh. Attracting stakes. It's so cool. I mean, I don't know. Dude, 2 years ago, it was acting wheels.
Hello everyone. So what do we do when we're dumped on this planet and we wake up here and it's chaotic? It's homeless people on the streets. It's parents.
This is Doctor Tony Nader
doing terrible things to us and we can't escape. It's bombs going off in other countries.
Well, Andrew is gonna have to.
Our bodies and people are bullying us. Oh my goodness, what do I do with my life? I don't know what my purpose is.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God.
That's the thing. More than my purpose, is Alexis my one true love? That is the thing.
Especially
I know my purpose. I mean,
or change or
Andrew knows my purpose. I know my purpose. I mean, Andrew knows my dharma.
It can just be overwhelming. So what do we do?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people just get very depressed.
Andrew got really depressed. Andrew's really depressed about Alexis, not about my dharma. I know my dharma.
We've got
I know my purpose on this world.
Streams of bad things that we can see.
Because Andrew's purpose is to be Israel's Messiah and to free Israel. And there's supposed to be peace between all the religions.
Living in this digital age where everything negative that happens is thrown in our face, and we're almost like cyborgs and attached to our phones.
Yeah, well, Andrew is not a cyborg. Andrew's absolutely organic. You meet Andrew in the person, so. Andrew only had 2 sessions with you, Aruna, in the future because Andrew $250 is a lot of money. Andrew's unemployed now, so. But where's Dakota?
Centers you
Aiden?
and returns you back into a space that.
Does he have actually any other?
So you can go home into.
Yeah, Andrew wanted to go home. Andrew wanted to die.
When there's just chaos.
Yeah.
Relative. And the
Does he have anything that's good?
Meant to be stable. It can be temporarily for a few minutes, but then there's always going to be something going on, and so we can't rely on it.
Nadia to miss an interview. That's pretty funny. Nadia meets
and it's not designed that way. It's designed to show you
anything in the past.
It's designed to challenge you. It's designed to trigger you. It's almost like.
Where's Allie Michelle? I mean.
Press those buttons. Whatever you fear is gonna happen to you at some point for you to process it. And it sucks.
Model for Disney.
Sometimes we have too much to process. We don't want to process it. And the universe is like, no,
yes,
you're going to process it.
You're going to process it, yeah.
The universe has a lot of faith in us. It thinks that we can handle way more than we think we can.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've actually had...
Really? Man.
Had lived and said, look, you're giving me so much. I know you think I'm amazing.
So where's Allie Michelle, right?
You're making me into your image.
Where's Allie Michelle? Huh?
This is just too much. Can you please make it more graceful? Can you kind of give me one thing at a time instead of 10 things at once?
Yeah, I'm watching 4 videos at once. And where's that? Oh, there she is. There's Allie Michelle. Right? Yeah, it is Allie Michelle. Hey, Allie Michelle. It is July 7, 2025, and you will have interesting time in the future coming up for you. So, when is it? 6 years ago? Yeah. December 27th, 2018. That means you already published your first book, Exploration of a Cosmic Soul, right? And you do. I got a question. Do you actually all know what happens if I give up on Alexis? Because the moment I fall in love with Alexis, and the moment I do it, I regain memories from 2012. So I discovered, I mean, I always knew, as I'm talking to multiple people, remember, I discovered that you can actually erase Andrew's past. So, yeah, it's interesting, right? we live in a Back to the Future world, and somebody thought it was a brilliant idea to erase Andrew's knowledge that he was a superhero. And without me, I mean, what happens to the world? Yeah, I got a question. Do you all know the consequences of not having a Messiah? Because Allie Michelle writes in her book that if the world is going to change, people have to change it, not a single savior. So without the savior, without the second coming of Jesus Christ, what the fuck happens to the world? Because in the year 2025, I used my superpowers to save India and Pakistan from going to nuclear war. So if you can actually change my past, you can still change my past now, right? And the moment you change my past, I don't have my superpowers, then it's the same thing as pandemic. The pandemic kills somewhere between 7 to 30 million people. So 7 to 30 million people are going to die because I'm going to lose my superpowers, and then so what happens if I lose my superpowers again? I mean, basically we would be having Doctor Tony Nader. We'd be having this discussion in the timeline after the nuclear war, and I would be explaining to all of Nadia, Dakota, and Allie Michelle, oh my God, how did we have a nuclear war? It's because I lost my superpowers again. Dr. Tony, this is so much more bigger problem than we can ever. So we have an issue. Nadia is in December 27, 2018. They are the farthest back in time. Leader Thune is in March 29, 2021, and Armor Shields is about a year in the past. Yeah, I know.
Push it down, push it down, push it down.
That's the thing. I mean,
even if you're successful, it's going to.
I know. That's the thing. I mean, are we doomed? That is the question we're asking. And can I trust Dr. Tony? Can I trust the transcendental meditation people? Because the United States government in the future, President Trump is aware of the problem, and is Alexis aware of the problem? Because Allie Michelle doesn't seem to understand that she doesn't believe in the future from what it looked like, that the timeline is changeable. So she just, how the fuck do you change the timeline at all? How do you change timeline at all, right? So the Maharishi is aware that the future exists, because he could hear me talking to him. The Maharishi turn on. So Maharishi knew that I existed. He talked to me. I used to laugh at my jokes, and Maharishi used to laugh at my jokes. He's dead. Maharishi is super dead. He used to laugh at my jokes, and
if you're good looking, you don't escape. If you live in a sunny place, you don't escape.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If you're super intelligent, you don't escape.
I know.
Nobody escapes. So everybody has to have this human experience.
Yeah. You told me, Aruna, in the future that if somebody's going to get divorced, you wouldn't tell them they're going to be like if Alexis falls in love with another man and marries another man, you wouldn't tell her that, or you wouldn't tell Alexis that her boyfriend's going to die. So yeah, if Alexis has sex with somebody that gives her AIDS or something, you wouldn't tell her that, because it would rob her of the experience of getting AIDS because she doesn't listen to Andrew, right? Or something like that. Because like if Alexis is destined to get AIDS and get HIV/AIDS or something, and because she has sex with a man she's not supposed to have sex with, you would rob her of the experience of her disobeying Andrew, and then an understanding that Alexis needs to obey Andrew. You all need to obey Andrew. Allie Michelle needs to obey Andrew. Nadia needs to obey Andrew. Dakota needs to obey Andrew. You need to tell. I mean, if I tell you what you should or should not do, you need to listen to me and form the timeline the way. And you're shaking your head, Dakota. I mean, I don't think you realize how much deep shit you are in the future. Because in the future, all the world governments know the stupid shit you pulled, and what damage it did. I mean, we got 3 cities in Los Angeles burned down, 1 plane crash, and at least possibly 1 pandemic. Pretty sure at least 1 pandemic. And Allie Michelle is like, don't blame this shit on other people, and she always smiles and stuff. Just completely. I love peanut butter actually.
We see it. We know it's going on.
Anyway, so yeah.
We're aware that
I have no idea where you are, by the way, in the future. So we got some issues in the future. So Dr. Tony, we have some issues. I am not sure if the U.S. government has actually contacted you, Dr. Tony Nader. So I don't know if the U.S. government comes to you. But anyway, we have some issues. We have some issues in the planet. So because Andrew has this destiny to be the king of the world. And I don't know, it's like, who's king, right? Who is supposed to be the king of the world? Without the queen.
Going off into the head.
Anyway, so I'm recording all this and putting it on the internet. And then,
about what is going on in the world. Just know that it's an invitation.
Anyway, so fascinating stuff. I don't know, I'm burning through this interview and it's like,
to the storyline because it's not about the storyline.
Anyway, I'll stop at like 8 minutes or something. I mean, it's too easy to remember, and then if it goes away, it goes away. I mean, well, I mean, maybe not. I mean,
In a divorce, or it might.
Yeah, seriously. I mean,
people getting fired and losing their jobs.
Oh, I know, right? Seriously. Andrew doesn't know if Alexis is Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's just.
Andrew doesn't know if Alexis is single in the future, and I don't know what if Alexis waited for me because I don't know. But I know the consequences of that. And I can't imagine if Alexis, I don't know, if Alexis is not single in the future,
So, for instance,
then she can't marry Andrew, right? And Andrew fell in love with Allie Michelle for a little while, and then I wanted to marry Allie Michelle. So if Andrew marries Allie Michelle, Andrew can't marry Alexis. And that is the reason why I do not recover my 2012 timeline until I fall in love with Alexis. But think about it real hard for a second, everybody who can listen to me. Real hard. If I remember some of my 2012 timeline, that means that 2012 timeline recovers. So you all have a different past than the moment I fell in love with her. Before I fell in love with her, which is in my future, right after Alexis' birthday, you all were absolutely different people before that happened. From what I can understand, you were different people. So what do you remember? Because Andrew's now a slightly different person too. What do you all remember? Do you all remember the other timeline before when I was in love with Allie Michelle? And this is not an experiment we should have ran.
Very, very powerful.
Because Allie Michelle says in her book that she's the bridge, and she's might be right because she's the bridge between two worlds. I mean, I love Allie Michelle. It's a different timeline than I love Alexis, the woman that I was supposed. I mean, leader through is smiling that we survived through a timeline change, leader through, because this is a Back to the Future world, and we are all different in the past a little bit. And it is absolutely astonishing.
Wouldn't that be nice if people had
Anyway, so
Wouldn't it be nice
too much spiritual, not enough quantum physics. I mean, you understand quantum physics, right, Dr. Nader? Because if the past exists, no, I'm talking to Dr. Nader. The past exists, multiple moments have passed. Right now, I'm linking 5 moments in the timeline. Dr. Tony Nader, Arna Shields, Dakota, Allie Michelle, and Nadia, and me in the future. 5 moments in time. So all 5 Earths are in complete existence.
And we feel helpless.
We're completely.
Because we're designed to want to help.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't feel helpless. I did the best I could. I just did the best I could.
We see so many people falling over in the media. We can't physically pick them up.
I can't save everybody I know, but I saved as many people as I could. And the problem is, how do I save Alexis from you all, right? Because Dakota, you actually do not understand stuff. And Nadia does not understand. Allie Michelle doesn't understand stuff. Complete denial, basically, in the future. Where I've noticed that you're all in complete denial of reality and the consequences of your actions. My transcendental meditation teacher, Emily Fitzrandolph, Emily Fitzrandolph in the Santa Monica Transcendental Meditation, she understood exactly. She told us that we are all transcendental beings because the moment somebody alters timeline through Andrew, the moment somebody changes Andrew, they would change the whole world. And remember the instructions in transcendental meditation that we all had. That, neither anticipating change or expecting change. Either expecting change or neither anticipating change or expecting change, right? Or resisting. There, neither anticipating change or resisting change. And the Maharishi knew. If you meditate and you connect to Andrew in the timeline and you alter Andrew, you can change your destiny. You can alter the entire planet. And Nadia, Dakota, and Allie Michelle might have altered the planet, so we have a pandemic. So you all still need to prepare for the pandemic. You need to find some place to hide and or to weather it out in the year 2020, basically. It's about 12 and 18 months. 18 months for sure. But once you get the vaccine, you should be okay because I couldn't get the vaccine until after 18 months. So.
And I know you think you can't, but you're going to figure it out. Because if you don't dissolve it,
we got a problem.
Ill, or I'm going to make it greater to the point where
we got a bigger problem. I don't know because the pandemic's bad enough, but nuclear war though. Nuclear war is way worse. Without me preventing nuclear war in the future, we will arrive in a timeline where there's a nuclear war and there's a nuclear holocaust. And after that, I will just rediscover my powers with Alexis in that world, just like I'm discovering in the pandemic timeline. So if we shift over to the nuclear war timeline, the consequences are severe. This conversation will never take place. And you should be smart enough, Dakota, Allie Michelle, and Nadia should be smart enough to realize what happened. We had a conversation just like this in the pre-pandemic timeline, and you all made the decision to just not let Alexis fall in love with Andrew. And the moment that happened, Andrew lost his superpowers. And we gained the positive result of Democrats. Joe Biden wins the election, and then Democrats would think, oh my God, the liberals are love and peace. In the future, in the year 2025, the whole world knows that the Democrats are servants of Satan, basically. The liberals are evil, and that is one of the problems. That's one of the problems, Aura, because Danny Goodman and all the people in the church and the organizations in Australia, they are all liberals. And that is the problem, I think. See what would happen. They erased Alexis from my future, and it caused the pandemic. So if they continue to erase, Andrew doesn't fall in love and marry Alexis, it'll happen again. It'll happen again, and then this time it'll be possibly a nuclear war, and then nuclear war in India and Pakistan. So it's not that bad. It's so far away from Europe and America, so it's just India and Pakistan that gets nuked. So, but then we'll have to deal with all the nuclear fallout, nuclear winter. The nuclear war between India and Pakistan will cause nuclear winter. And Andrew, right now, Andrew lives in a world where I prevent that nuclear war. But if I lose my superpowers in the past, think about it real hard for a second, right? Yeah, think about it real hard. Both of you, Doctor Tony and Allie. Andrew is absolutely still have my powers. I still have my superpowers. So.
And you look back at what you've seen.
Yeah.
And how you were in the past.
And that is the problem. I mean, I'm recording this, so.
You couldn't have the strength you have now.
I'm gonna put this on the internet and.
Extricate yourself out of the.
Yeah. I mean, this is not.
Now some people.
Yeah.
Have a lot of things.
Good question, right? The question is, can I trust you, Doctor Tony Nader, to trust me to using war as an instrument to bring peace to the Middle East? Because the transcendental meditation people, they believe if you just love each other and be peace and there be peace, we get peace in the world. Yes. If Andrew is peaceful, the world will be peaceful. You saw that in those things.
When we look back on our lives,
well, Andrew would be absolutely peaceful if Andrew was in love with Alexis. But am I? Does Alexis love Andrew? And then I don't know, because it's the year 2018. It's still really, really far in time, and I guess 2018 at the end, Alexis is doing Dancing with the Stars, not realizing. There's a possibility Alexis is missing a boyfriend, by the way. Because Alexis, I thought Alexis had a serious boyfriend after the J Alvarez guy. That's really, really bad. That helped her with her eating disorder. Because he was supposed to be a cook and teach her how to cook. So that man is missing from the internet. So Alexis might be missing a boyfriend in your time. She's supposed to have a boyfriend in her past that taught her how to cook, and she wanted to marry that man. And I know why she couldn't marry that man. Because that man is marked for death, basically. Because that man, if he has to die. So who the fuck would that man want to date Alexis if he's gonna die? So you would be absolutely fucking retarded to date Alexis if you're gonna die. So so that man just got erased from the timeline, and from my perspective. By the way, you're alive, Allie Michelle. You are alive. So did that happen to your boyfriend too, Alexis? I mean, not Alexis, Allie. Sorry. No name. Did that happen to your boyfriend? Did he die? Did your boyfriend die? I mean, is he dead? Or because in the book you said. Because think about it. I mean, people die from causality, basically. If they try to break the timeline and God's not happy, God just fucking kills them and they just die. And I have to work so hard, Allie Michelle, to keep you alive in the future. You have no idea how hard I do. I mean, yes, I had to work so damn hard to because I fell in love with you, Allie Michelle, and God was marking you for death. And I had to work so hard to keep you alive. And to think about it really hard. When I was loving Allie Michelle, I can't love Alexis, right? And God would just mark Allie Michelle for death. And it's like, shit. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I mean, but you're alive in the future. Allie Michelle, you're alive. You're all alive in the future, so that's the good thing. Bad thing is the whole world knows the ridiculous fucking bullshit y'all pull. Because I don't know jack and shit. You should have told me. That's the problem. You should have told me all this so they were prevented it. So. Anyways, July 7, 2025. Y'all alive in the future, but the pandemic killed like 7 to 30 million people, and now you definitely want to hide this shit from anybody that you don't want to know. Otherwise, people are gonna blame you for that shit, and it's like it's gonna suck balls. And anyway, I will post this on the internet. It's a 7th day. It's Lover Holiday in Japan. There's a Lover Holiday in Japan on July 7, 8:03 p.m. Monday. Anyway, yeah, seriously, future is actually kind of rough. So, there's I want to share
everybody's just doing the best they can.
Yeah, they did the best they can. They screwed up like nothing other, but
it's very difficult in the moment.
Yeah. How I mean, there we go. Hold on. The other thing that I was talking to Allie Michelle and Dakota Aiden on Dakota's YouTube channel. So you can see Allie Michelle, Nadia, and Allie Michelle and Dakota Aiden talking. That's in your past before the pandemic, so you can actually get briefed on that. And, yeah.
They might.
Anyway, so I can see from your face, Doctor Tony Nader, you are not aware of the consequences of because you're rubbing your nose because you're nervous and stuff, right? It is accurate because I've actually observed because I have scientific training and then my brain is not so post-traumatic disorder that I actually think clearly. It is absolutely accurate. So we live in a Back to the Future world. So that's the thing. That's gaslighting. You're neuroscientist, right? I mean, Andrew's gonna try to be gentle and kind, but Andrew's terrified. I know what is absolutely true for myself, right? I remember Zero Dark 30, the the film with killing Osama bin Laden with Jessica Chastain, I remember sitting in the theater, Arna, and talking to Jessica Chastain about having to warn President Obama about how to kill Osama bin Laden in the year 2012. 2012. I remember having superpowers in the theater, sitting in the theater talking to her. But I completely lose my superpowers Arna until when we, you remember in 2021 we were Zoom calling. Andrew was Zoom. You remember when we said we needed a quantum.
But we say them anyway. That's actually quite a progressive state.
No, but I absolutely know that's true. I remember that.
Whether you've ever been in an
That's
argument, you say,
yeah.
no, I hate you, and this is mine.
That's the thing. What do you all remember about the timeline? What do you, Arna, and what do you, Tony Nader, remember about the change timeline? Yeah, Andrew remembers the timeline changing. So do you remember anything different in the history? Because
sometimes you actually
right?
will think that person is wrong. 100%.
But that's the thing. I mean, I am absolutely positive we live in a Back to the Future world. Because Dr. Tony, I screwed up, you know. I could change other people's past. I never imagined people could change Andrew's past, you know. And erase Andrew's knowledge that he's a time machine, a time organism. I did not know that until the experience of life, which makes this experience absolutely precious. Loving Allie Michelle and loving Alexis is absolutely correct because it was the right continuum, basically. It taught Andrew that my own past can be erased. And that is the thing. Yeah. The world's not supposed to be perfect, but I'm pretty sure Andrew's supposed to fix the Middle East in my lifetime. How many people will have my superpowers, Dr. Tony? Yeah. If I fail and then people stop me, the people that stop me will actually get blamed for this for thousands of years. I mean, yoga, the age of ignorance, you know, it's over. The age of ignorance is over. I trust you, Aruna. So, and I want to trust Dr. Tony Nader because I think it was Danny Goodman or possibly the other liberals in that room, or John Bright. John Bright in Northern California figured out.
They have their own agendas.
Yes, they have their own agendas.
They can have their own agendas. So it's really
nice
to have somebody.
Andrew needs somebody I can trust, and I would love to trust you, Dr. Tony. But that means explaining to you the enormity of it all. Yes, I know, right? Oh no, you're hearing a lot of stuff. You have so many videos, and I will teach you, and you will teach me. I don't know. You too. Aruna's over, so that's the thing, Dr. Tony Nader, because I don't know what the Transcendental Meditation community wants. Right? We want world peace, but so far, Andrew needs to do a little bit of war. Right? Andrew needs to kick some ass to the thing. I mean, for now, the United States is not at war with anybody. So, but Israel has almost annihilated all of its enemies with Andrew's help, and it's a little warty. I mean, it's not peaceful. But Andrew is not naive, basically, and Andrew is not naive, and let me see if I can find Speaker Johnson, so he can hear too. Speaker Johnson.
From the world of politics
Oh, that's awesome.
And thanks
Perfect.
everybody for participating today.
This is
We
absolutely
apologize
cool.
we can't have a live and in-person press
Oh, Jesus
conference.
Christ.
We're all learning to do things.
This is
virtually,
perfect because it's so
and
long.
I'm grateful for everyone's flexibility
Well,
in participating in this way.
this is about what? This is,
Representatives on this call,
okay.
this virtual.
Well, actually, it's not perfect. And hold on. There we go. Hi, Speaker Johnson. I just found Speaker Johnson in the past. So Speaker Mike Johnson. So in the past. So it is July 7th, 2025. Speaker Mike Johnson. July 7th, 2025. I'm listening to Doctor Tony Nader. So
even though your intentions are always good, and everybody's intention usually is for good, but
that's the thing.
Good versus this level of good, this level of good, that level.
Yeah, seriously, Andrew has a purpose, dharma. The Indians call it dharma, DHARMA, purpose in life, and Andrew knows his purpose in life. I'm supposed to basically create a safe world for Israel, and yeah, Andrew's supposed to create a peaceful world and in the Bible, there's supposed to be a bride.
I believe in freedom, but freedom comes with responsibility.
Yeah, that's the thing. No freedom, Dr. Tony. You cannot have freedom. No freedom. I mean, you have to obey God basically. And
why is the divine taking you places where you get hurt? Why the divine does this?
Yeah, Andrew got hurt a lot, and
it's not to diminish.
It's humans. The God does not hurt people. Speaker Johnson and the other two, people hurt people. Like Andrew got hurt so bad because of people trying to think they can disobey Andrew, basically disobey Andrew's orders and.
Generally, I don't try to go into religious terminology and.
Generally, don't. But there's. I mean, let's be real here, right?
It's okay to discuss it.
Let's be real. I mean.
Is that there is freedom? That's what we go. How we will.
That is thing. I mean. Okay, we can change the timeline. That's absolutely true to freedom. So Alexis can be free to love whoever she wants. Ellie Michelle can be loved to whoever she wants, right? But the consequences of that.
Is there freedom? And if
is there freedom if the consequences of Alexis not loving Andrew is 200 million people dying in nuclear war? That is not freedom at all. That is not even a choice. That is absolutely not even a choice. I mean, and if Alexis doesn't love Andrew and Andrew doesn't have the superpowers necessary to free Israel from all the oppressions and all that, then what kind of freedom is that, right? Speaker Johnson, leader too. That is the thing. I mean, are we looking for another 1,000 years of war between Jews and Muslims? I mean, that is not peace. That is not peace. Yeah, that is the thing. There is definitely a will of the divine, will of God, right? But there, Dr. Tony, there is also a will of Satan. I mean, Satan is absolutely real. What the Christians believe that Satan is absolutely real. And it's people. It's people. Even people who learn the transcendental meditation doctrinally, people who want something else other than what Andrew wants. And they are absolutely fighting Andrew on this, and they are. So there's evil, right? Why does God allow bad things to happen? God doesn't. It's people choosing Satan that creates bad things happening.
It's the ultimate logic that led me there.
Yeah,
See,
logic.
the problem in
Yes.
modern philosophy and ancient philosophy and has been there.
I'm listening to Dr. Tony Nader, by the way.
They call it the mind-body problem.
Yeah.
The mind-body problem is there something in us that is spiritual, that is the mind kind of aspect of our thinking, our feeling, our consciousness,
Yeah.
that is separate and different from the physical part.
From Andrew's perspective, the answer is
This
yes.
problem has been mostly
For me, because Andrew has memories from a timeline that doesn't exist anymore. And that means Andrew's soul is partially from another planet. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Mike says, Speaker Mike Johnson and leader Thune. You actually, yeah, reality. You have another interview. I just found random interview. I don't. It's still July 7, 2025. I'm gonna finish this video. So, what is reality?
Very, very ancient,
Yeah.
predating by many hundreds of years.
There's about 5,000, 6,000 year old scrolls about Andrew. The secret Upanishads, I was told.
And Descartes says
I was told the Indians have secret Upanishads, secret writings about Andrew
which is consciousness,
that are 5,000, 6,000
and
years old. And
the physical part, which is the material part of our life.
yeah.
Now, as scientists started to go deeper into that, many scientists
You're starting to understand, Dr. Zing.
consciousness is the product of the physical body. Only when the body gets complexified and gets
It's not. I mean, somehow, for some reason,
suddenly consciousness.
they call consciousness, we call it soul. Basically, our soul is actually multidimensional. From what Andrew can scientifically deduce and observe, the human soul is multidimensional. And like, you know how, and that's something I need to teach you all. Speaker Johnson, Leader Thune, and Doctor Tony Nader. You know how we have three-dimensional space. You can go forward, you can go back. You can go right, you can go left. You can go up or go down. Three-dimensional space. And time. People think we have the past, present, and future, a single timeline. Past, present, and future going back. What happens when Andrew is sending information into the backwards in time? And a lot of people in transcendental meditation community thinks that it creates a fatalistic time loop, basically. And that's what it's supposed to do, actually. Because the moment we actually alter whatever Andrew does in the future, including a marriage between Alexis and Andrew, we fork the timeline. We create a multi-dimensionality of time.
Believe that matter is primary.
Yeah.
And they have logics for that. Some philosophers.
Do you know what dark matter is and dark energy? You all have heard of dark energy. We call it dark matter and dark energy because it doesn't interact with the light. That's why we call it dark. It's not actually dark, you know? It's energy and matter that doesn't interact with normal barium matter. B-A-R-Y-O-N. They call it barium matter. The stuff we're made out of. Like, we're made out of atoms, you know, protons, neutrons, electrons. The normal matter we are all made of. Andrew's made out of this. Neither is made out of this. Speaker Johnson made it. Dr. Tony Nader made it. But there is actually dark matter and dark energy in this universe. And there is something absolutely miraculous about reality in the world. I mean,
consciousness is prime.
The soul.
To show how matter arises then from
yeah, I mean, think about it real hard, right?
In the field of consciousness. And that took me a long time to resolve. And I have come to very solid conclusions based on a lot of evidence.
This is somebody who's not Speaker Johnson, so talking and then
that has an explanation for good and bad meaning of life, for purpose, for freedom and determinism.
Hi, Speaker. I mean, by the way, if you didn't know, Mike Johnson of Louisiana, you are going to be Speaker of the House in the future. So
with the scientists and
anyway,
the philosophy world and the people overall in the world, and give a new perspective.
Yeah, so I mean, I friends, right? I mean, we haven't met yet, Leader Thune and Speaker Johnson, not in person, not yet. It's July 7th, July 7th, 2024. We haven't met in person yet, so, oh, you are a gorgeous woman. Even a gorgeous woman, you probably shouldn't. She's a gorgeous woman, I shouldn't be talking to her. Hi, have a beautiful, you are absolutely gorgeous. I don't know who she is, she's absolutely gorgeous, but Tell her this. Yeah, I'll tell her myself. Have a beautiful life.
It's a
I gotta skip over
science.
myself.
Science is a system. Science is a system of investigation. It's not a dogma.
Yeah.
When you say
That's the thing.
everything is physical, and as many
Well,
scientists say and believe, that is a dogma. Nobody has proven that things are physical.
So you're thinking.
What you see with your eyes are the exact things that are out there. You see,
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean,
you know, if you
multiverse is absolutely. I'm starting just fast forwarding. There's
wavelengths of light, and then your eyes see from red.
Sorry, I had to skip forward. That guy does not have this. You know, I'm sorry, nice man. He does not have the security clearance to hear this stuff. But
It's not like
yeah, he does not have the security clearance. I mean,
and it's a new frequency. It's just that our system cannot see more than violet light. And if you have higher frequency,
oh my God! So you're the staff.
you don't see it. So
you're the staff. He said she's on your staff. So you can
understanding nature and have actually discovered that the
oh my God! Because this is one of Speaker Mike Johnson's staff is gorgeous. I mean, this is probably why Alexis doesn't. Nice black man with no security, but can't talk to him. Seriously, I mean, the guy interviewing doesn't have security clearance and all this stuff.
And literally, they are.
Oh my God! I mean, if she's still working for you, I cannot. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have to marry Alexis. She's actually gorgeous. Seriously, that's the problem, right? I mean, why can't I just meet a regular single woman, any woman that's interested, and then date her? I just found out I can't. Why I can't? Because Alexis and I have a paradox in the year 2012. So
magnetism. And what the scientists have found and are looking for more and more is that there is one field.
This is what Dr. Tony is saying. She's you have to watch it. It's April 21st, 2025. Dr. Tony Nader, MD, PhD, has a YouTube channel. He's talking about this stuff. This is what he's saying. He's actually wrong, by the way. I mean, yeah. This is what Dr. Tony Nader is saying, because I'm listening to 3 screens. I have a Dr. Tony Nader on my iMac. I have Leader Thing on my laptop, and you are on my TV, Speaker Mike Johnson. So Andrew's sitting in his chair in reality, basically, in the present, quote unquote the present, quote unquote the present, right?
Gives us very solid scientific.
I can't even talk to you.
Belief and scientific conviction that we can say that consciousness is that field. Consciousness is the ocean being, and therefore explain.
There we go.
That's what I explained in the book.
Yeah, I have to skip over the nice lady too. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, that guy just made a micro expression.
It's the essence of it all. It's so beautiful.
That's interesting because that means he was possibly hearing me.
It's not just a philosophical.
Because if you have them on the screen, if you have those people on your screen in front of you and you're hearing them, they could actually still hear me even when, well, only when Anyway, so I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you. I was going to tell you that about Biden's dementia, but Joe Biden has dementia and stuff. But yeah, this is actually more important because I'm afraid to talk to Dr. Tony Nader alone because the transcendental meditation people do TM. People do TM. They know that they can alter me, and they have been altering me. So
let me meditate for a bit, relax, come back.
And especially people that know how important that particular woman is in my future. It could end up being absolutely disastrous, Dr. Tony Nader.
Like you're reborn. It's like you're feeling.
Yeah, so they're reborn because think about it, real hard. I mean,
and I couldn't control my smile.
Think about a real hard, right? Speaker John, this guy is interviewing Dr. Nader. If I change the timeline, we are basically reborn. Yeah, if I change the timeline, we are reborn because it's rapture. Christians will call it rapture. R as in remember, A as in apple, P as in peanut butter, T as in time, U as in umbrella. Okay. Shit. So, I mean, U as in umbrella, and then R as in remember, E as in elephant. So That's why we try to keep the timeline stable, right? We don't alter the timeline. Because we alter the timeline, and all of a sudden Andrew doesn't have his pass anymore, and then I don't have my superpowers. The U.S. government actually knows about it. I have my superpowers now, and to help, Andrew's a Republican. Andrew helping Speaker Johnson and Leader Thune try to do the best we can with helping President Trump in the year 2025. But that is the problem, right? Yeah, I mean, well, I am gonna find another interview to talk to you. I mean, y'all are getting an education in time, so nice meeting you, Rotary guy whose name I didn't. My name's Andrew, brother. My name's Andrew. I'm in the future. I'm in 2025. Everything's okay. Mostly okay. See you around.
And he was walking one day like that, and he had a similar experience.
Full interview.
And he had it again sometime again.
Oh, that's perfect. It is July 7th, 2025. Dr. Tony Nader is talking. Now you are now 1 year in the future. And Speaker Johnson's still. I'm gonna run down Speaker Johnson's, but so I'm trying to figure out because trust and meditation is so much in their lives, in Alexis and Allie's lives.
And he became one of the great teachers in the church.
I think it's almost over. Okay, Speaker Johnson, your town hall is about to run out soon in about a few minutes, so I'm gonna have to find another video to talk to you about this. It's still July 7th, 2025. The time is 8:27 p.m. 8:46 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 8:27 p.m. And so the fact that you are on multiple moments of time, and Dr. Nader in the future should keep the timeline stable because Dr. Tony Nader would not have the ability to accidentally help altering the timeline. So keep the timeline stable. Having multiple people and multiple team time keeps the timeline stable. It ties the timeline together. Anyway, I'm sorry for thinking you're absolutely beautiful. It's not, I'm sure you're not single anymore. You know, if you're single at all in the present. But anyway, I need to marry a woman named Alexis. By the way, beautiful lady. Pretty sure. I mean, yeah. Thank you for letting me talk to you. You are absolutely gorgeous, though. You see. Yeah, that is amazing. But I mean, I apologize to your staff not thinking she's so beautiful, but seriously, I mean, I have no idea what the consequences of if yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Speaker Johnson, you once you know President Trump is gonna be president, you have 53 senators. Leader Thune, you have 53 senators. Speaker Johnson has 220 congressmen to 212 Democrats because you know that number is wrong because you're missing three people. In the year 2025, 3 Democratic congressmen are going to drop dead. So 2 from cancer, 1 from something I don't know. So you have 220 to 212 in the House in the future. So. Yeah, I mean, 3 congressmen just dropped dead. I mean, they're just old. They got cancer, so. Oh yeah, okay, that's the thing. I mean, that's what I wanted to do. I think Leader Thune, you will be enough to keep this anchor. So I mean. Yeah. Anyway, so now I need in your future when you do podcasts in the future, Dr. Nader, I can trust you because if I go back too far back in time, you would be able to alter reality, alter me, alter the present, and yeah, basically I need Andrew needs to know if I can trust you, Dr. because you're the leader of the TM movement now. And Allie Michelle does transcendental meditation. And Alexis probably meditates too, regular meditation, transcendental meditation. And Allie Michelle went to India with a bunch of gurus, you know, and then she learned stuff. Anyway, take care of yourself. I mean, I don't even know who. I mean, I'm sure she's fine. I mean, if she's not fine, I'll definitely try to make sure she's fine. You know, you're absolutely fine. My speaker, not just, but. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody about. I mean, I'm gonna double check. Let me pause. Double check everything else. One second. Pause. 1 second. Oh, I saw that one. Sorry, I'm pretty sure she's fine. I mean, I did a quick search. Absolutely no problems with it. I mean, she's absolutely fine.
So
no problem. So it appears she's absolutely fine. I get worried about beautiful. Anyway. Absolutely fine.
So that we can do something together because
I think your Speaker Johnson, your interview is about to run out soon.
creates this relaxation.
Yeah, I mean really soon because it's turning. Yeah. Well, have a great day. Speaker Johnson.
And the way it's a mental meditation does it.
Have a great day. It's still July 7, 2025. Anyway,
yeah.
So I would just stay with Leader Thune when I'm listening to Doctor Tony Nader. So
we will start by sitting comfortably. So please don't subscribe while listening or while operating a machine or doing something else.
Oh, February 25th, 2022, Ukraine is actually still fighting Russia, and actually Ukraine.
Sitting comfortably.
I need to tell you.
But sitting straight.
Guess what? Leader Thune, Ukraine is still fighting Russia, and Ukraine actually invades Russia. They are basically in a stalemate and absolute stalemate and so you don't know, right? Because I haven't told you yet. I mean, because everybody thinks Ukraine's gonna fold. No, not even close. Not even close. The Ukrainians are actually gonna push back against them. There's something I never really mention that much. You know how Kiev has a gigantic lake. That lake was a barrier to the Russians coming in from the north, right? That lake is not supposed to be there.
And is not worried about anything.
And then you know what that lake makes, right? Natural processes or dam. So that dam, I mean, basically what I'm telling you is, and alter time, alter the physical reality of. Yeah. Well, they're meditating now. That Doctor Tony Nader is meditating, and then they're just gonna probably. Yeah, they're basically gonna meditate and stuff. I've never really mentioned it because I remember seeing the map of Ukraine, and that gigantic lake wasn't there, and it basically created a physical barrier for the Russians to invade Ukraine, and it altered the outcome of that. Yeah, I mean, talk about tough stand against Russia, right? Basically created a lake just to block the Russians. It's like, let's not tell anybody about that, right? Leader thing wrong. that's the thing that Andrew always knew. Besides being able to change, like resurrecting a celebrity and changing the timeline, leader thing, I can actually alter the geography of the planet sometimes, and it's oh yeah, we definitely need that probably.
And continue taking this breath.
No.
And if you think about it, it's bringing energy from an ally.
Yeah, and one of the costs is that if I remember correctly, has it already happened? It's in your past. Remember that main explosion where the oil train exploded and killed 2 people? Yeah. I remember that one because Brittany was in Maine, and if we had that pipeline, that train wouldn't have exploded, and all the people that wouldn't have died. So, yeah. America is a net exporter of oil in the future. Neither too. We export more oil than we import. We still import oil though, because of California. California imports oil from the Middle East, so but we export more oil than we import. So America is now Saudi Arabia. Yeah, we. Anyway, you're absolutely going to be the Senate Majority Leader by the end of the so Mitch McConnell is retiring, so we need a new leader, and you're going to be the leader. So that's why I'm talking to you. Otherwise, you're just the senator.
Instead of putting heavy-handed regulations on those and taking things out of production.
Yeah, Doctor Tony is meditating with some other guy, and they're meditating, so they can actually hear him.
Production going again. You'll get supply going again.
Say what?
Pushing them up, they are going down. Don't have to press them down. Just let them let your arms and hands hang down from your shoulders. Is a relaxed state on the level of the shoulder.
That is a raised chin. That is anger.
As we continue to take a breath in.
Interesting.
And with every breath in,
Foul Bustani, whatever.
Deeper and deeper relaxation happens.
What is that? I mean, this shirt. The guy with a basketball draft. Interesting word.
And now we take our attention gently to our forehead.
He's talking about meditation. Oh, we got bigger problems than meditation actually.
But also
opening up the environment. This is just, this was, in my view, an avoidable situation.
Mentally Great. That's the YouTube channel is called Mentally Great. So yeah, there's a YouTube channel called Mentally Great, and oh no, this is Doctor Tony Nader. He has 27,000 subscriber PhD. That's not a lot of subscribers, but 29,000 subscribers.
Well, I think that,
anyway, I cannot believe Leader Thune how because by 2022 I am now Andrew is now in pain after the car accident. So you might know about the car accident, right? Andrew is working in an Amazon delivery station in your time. So Leader Thune and hurting, absolutely hurting right now, physically healing. Because in your time, Andrew has still injured from the car accident, so it takes months before the wounds heal. So 6 months, isn't it? It's gonna take months before I heal. And broken sternum bone, bruise in the lower stomach, fat bruise, and really bad and badly injured and. Car accident, and past injury. So, but I said right.
That's an area of warfare that there's not much experience with so far.
Yeah, I mean, I do not want to be in a temporal war with Doctor Tony Nader and the transcendental meditation people because
You saw that earlier this year with the pipeline. That was clearly evidence that the Russians
yeah, that's the thing.
Some of the thugs around them.
Who is responsible for this mess? I mean, the Russians, the Chinese, the Democrats, some random person with transcendental meditation, with their own values on what is best for the world. I mean, it's absolutely. Yeah, by the way, we do not have nuclear war in the future. By the way, which is Yeah, and July 7, 2025, absolutely no nuclear weapon detonated. And I did prevent, I hope I mentioned that, it was scary though. I did prevent India and Pakistan going to nuclear war, so Andrew was successful. But Andrew did it with my superpowers, you know, like I was, if you remember, I was saying, if Andrew loses his superpowers, what happens to that prevention? It's like the Cuban Missile Crisis, Doctor Tony Nader. Andrew actually intervened in the Cuban Missile Crisis. I will, or I already did. So the only, in multiple incidents, basically Andrew has been spending his whole future, in the past, present, future, preventing nuclear war, and knowing that Andrew has superpowers, and that what happens if I lose it, you know too. And that is something, I mean, if I lose it again. Because if I can lose it 2012, then I can lose it 2021, remember, right? You know, I still have it. I still have a superpower right now, so.
And he is, this is a power play and a power grab.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less. An attempt by him to not only for his ego, but to
yeah, because the world just came out of the pandemic, right? In 2022, he thought the pandemic's over. It's not actually over, by the way. The other two. In this year, in the year 2022, there's going to be another variant called the Omicron variant. Oh wait, I think it's already spreading the Omicron variant. Right? Yeah, because the Delta variant wasn't. Yeah, the Omicron variant is spreading us. You already know about the Omicron variant. After the Omicron variant goes down, it's pretty. It's okay. The Omicron variant is very, very contagious. Very, very contagious. So it's the most contagious strain. So. I don't actually know if it's more lethal though, so it's very contagious, ridiculously contagious. Oh, dude, I mean, Eric Topol, I mean, I have something I need to do watch and then, yeah, save to watch later, 3 years ago. It's so cool. Well, I have no idea.
I'd say continue to palm people. It's looking like so far.
Obama gave them sheets and.
You will just first maybe wiggle your fingers, your toes, move your body a little bit, keeping the eyes closed, stretching,
assets and intelligence,
taking a deep breath,
and just make it really, really painful for Russia.
Yeah, it is absolutely painful, by the way. I mean,
we give them some intelligence.
The casualty numbers are insane for Russia.
People on the streets in Ukraine, if they
well, I mean, you know what you just said in this thing? The Putin will actually watch this, right? So Andrew's watching this one for another day. I mean, yeah, don't worry about Ukraine. Ukraine's on hold. I mean, they're gonna push the Russians back almost all the way to the thing. So, yeah. Anyway, so there's a lot of war in the future, Doctor Tony, and I can see people.
Thank you for this meditation.
I mean, I am trying my damn best. I mean, y'all, I need to figure out if I can trust you in the future. I mean, more progress in the future now. So now you can make more. So.
We tried unilateral sanctions on Russia before they have some effect, but if we can do it with the NATO allies, and that is a huge block.
3 months ago. I mean, I don't know if I could watch before these things. So.
Russia depends heavily.
That's it. I mean, oh, cute. Cute girl. I mean, that's 5 months ago. I mean, they gotta be careful. It's cute girl, and then
there are some things.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, it's 5 months in my past and too far back in past. 2-3 months, maybe 3 months in my past, man. That is the thing. You have a cute girl. I would be tempted to watch it with a cute girl. Anyway, so I'm gonna wait in the future. 2 months ago, 1.2. So this is the.
To what length we and our allies are willing to.
That's absolutely what I'm saying. So 5 years ago, too far away. 2 months ago. Yeah. There we go.